If you have been struggling to get sales from your design work or understanding what you really need to do to make money, I have the workshop for you. On September 23rd, I'm hosting my first ever Profitable Designer Workshop. This 1-day, 3-hour workshop is only $97, but I have a discount for all my podcast listeners. Go to carinagardnercourses.com/profit and put in the code podcast for $50 off. I can't wait to see you more profitable. Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. You guys know that most of these podcast episodes are inspired by things that are actually happening in my Design Suite program, my design boot camp, the workshop series that I do. It's the chattering and the comments that are being done by program members that really it really shapes some of the things I say on this podcast, because it's things I start to recognize that perhaps I didn't notice before. So this particular content comes from the fact that recently I realized that I had like no testimonials on my own website, and we have I think at the time of recording this, we have well over 70 people in the actual Design Suite program in one shape or form, like one of the 3 tiers that we have. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I am having such a good time in the program. The members are having such a good time. I hadn't even really thought like I should maybe tell other people what an amazing experience this really is. So I've started. Well, I didn't start gathering testimonials. In fact, I didn't even reach out to the community to ask them for that, which you guys seriously, like, shame on me. But like what I actually did was I just took some of the messages I had gotten from members and some of the chat, like the chat comments in our Zoom. I like grabbed a couple of those and I was like, oh my gosh, these are like testimonials, because people were posting like honestly, this is life changing. I am learning so much. I never would be in this place if it weren't for this program. And so from there, after I got a few of those, and I was just like, I kind of reached out to my community. I said, does anybody want to send me like something that has happened to you in Design Suite that's been, an important thing for you, that has changed your life or that has been wonderful? And oh my gosh, the membership was amazing. They just started sending me stuff and I was like, okay, I'm going to put some of this up. I need to put all of it up, but you guys know how it goes. So here's the thing. It was so funny. As I'm reading through all the comments, people are send me messages all the time telling me about like what they're getting out of the program. And when I say all the time, I'm seriously, you guys, I get the nicest emails from my program. I'm almost like more protective of my community now than I ever was before, because I want to make sure the dynamic stays the same. Like the people in this community are so caring and good to one another. So kind. They give each other great design feedback. They're always lifting each other up. And I feel like a proud mother hen about the whole situation, because they have done this. I helped put the people in there, but like they are the ones building each other up. And the thing that came back over and over again as I kind of looked at people's chatter, as I looked at the testimonials that had come in, is over and over and over again, people kept saying, I couldn't have done this without this community. And I really started thinking about the idea of community. I think it gets thrown around a lot, like my community, and the truth is, when you are a good community, when you are really a locked in community, then there's all this take and there's all this give. And those two things together for every single individual is what produces a really amazing community. The other thing that comes in is a lot of different voices all learning or being in the same boat. And in Design Suite, we have a So we do a couple of different things. One, we have mentor meetings, which is with me, where I'm doing critiques on the artwork, and people are in the chat telling each other how amazing the artwork is, how excited they are for them, places that they should go shop, get their stuff into the shop with. So it's like an amazing community that way. But then we also have something we call squad groups. This is relatively new to the program, and it came out of the need of the members wanting to meet each other. And so we actually have small group meetings where people bring their work, share their artwork, talk about what they're doing, talk about what they're working on. And that has been an amazing thing. And then the other thing that we have is we actually have a written community where people can post their work and they can show what they're working, get advice, get help from each other. And of course, I'm in there every day because I love seeing what my membership is doing and making sure that they're on track and giving them critiques if they want it. But I found myself so surprised, and I probably shouldn't have been, that the most powerful thing probably in my program is the community. We do talk a lot, I do, especially in Design Bootcamp, about accountability, how we need accountability so that we will stay motivated. Motivation's a really hard thing, you guys. Like, we get motivated, we'll sign up for something small like a Design Bootcamp or a workshop series like I do, and you get motivated, and it's like super exciting. You're like, I'm gonna plow forward. And then a few weeks after that, we're in the weeds, like doing all the tactical things, all the design things, and we're like, oh my gosh, I am so not motivated. Or if you have like a seasonal, right now we're in the middle of it being kind of gloomy and stuff, and then it just doesn't feel very motivating to like design anything during that, right? Because so much of design, especially the way I teach it, is the drudgery. There is a drudgery to it of designing every single week, outputting a certain amount of product, okay? It's not like just all magic and rainbows. There's an actual, like, if we produce this amount of stuff, we can expect X amount of results, right? X amount of money or whatever it is that we're looking for. And so when you have a community sitting behind you, just supporting you, giving you kind of that motivation, and you're also getting kind of the input from those people and seeing what they're doing, that really helps level you up. So on a day where you feel like, man, I do not want to do anything today, or gosh, there's so much going on with the kids today, or oh, there is this horrible struggle going on in my life and I'm emotionally not available. When you go and visit the community and kind of figure out what's going on, or you've connected with your, for us, squad groups, what it does is makes you remember why you do this, why you're going for this every day. Because I promise you, people who are not in programs, it takes a lot to stay motivated. And when you have a community in place, like that, the community alone is worth the price of my program. And I really believe this because I myself have my own mastermind community, and it has kept me on track in a way I never thought possible. I have never been in a program before. I didn't join this mastermind that I'm currently in. It's been about a year now. And it has totally changed my life because it's kept me motivated when I've wanted to quit. It's kept me motivated when I wasn't sure what I was doing because I just was able to glean from that membership. So if you're not part of a community of people who want to do what you're doing, then you are missing out. Not just missing out in terms of like FOMO, like, oh, that would be fun. But I mean missing out financially, missing out emotionally, because these are things we need as designers. We are so alone doing what we do. It's just a part of the job. That's part of the reason I chose the job, because I am such an introvert that that doesn't seem like it to you guys, but like I really draw all my power and energy from being alone and designing. But when I reach out and I'm with other people, what actually happens is all this magic. I'm able to glean all this information, and it makes me such a better designer. So I really hope that for you. I love community. I think it's very, very important. And if you are looking for something like that, come join me in a design boot camp. That's where I really teach all of my strategies, and it's the only time I open up Design Suite. We don't open Design Suite to the general public normally, And I'll tell you why. We are very particular. We like the right people in the program. Just like I was talking about with that community, we, if I ever get like a little bit of a snippy email or a nasty email, or I'm trying to think of like, I haven't really had very much of that, but like, just like I can tell something's off with the person or the individual, like that's not someone we want in our program. It is a very curated program of wonderful, wonderful people, and we're very careful about who's coming in. The other thing is, we're not a program that's just here to take your money. I hope there aren't a lot of programs out there like that, but I suspect there are quite a few. They're happy to take your money and teach you a skill. We don't do that in our program. If you come into my program and you are an elite or a mastermind, and I'm seeing you at meetings and I'm seeing your work in the community, I know you. I know your name and I know what you're doing. And that's really important to me, because if I can change the life of one person, if one person can become an amazing designer because of my program, and I hope that is literally every individual who comes into my program, I feel like I've succeeded. For me, design is everything. And I love seeing it change the lives of other people. So it's just really important to me. Anyway, come join us for a design boot camp if you are interested in Design Suite, or if you're interested in that community aspect, or if you're just interested in learning what my strategies are. I tell it all. The value for that little boot camp, it's 5 days long, is insane. Because I tell you things designers will never tell you. I tend to drop numbers because that's just the human that I am, because I want people to have realistic expectations of what they really can make as a designer. So come join me for that. You can go to carinagardnercourses.com/design bootcamp if you're interested in that, and I can't wait to see you there. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.